Really? We get security.
Well, I think it's one of the things about the show that really works is there's such an affection for that kind of nerd culture. I don't even like the term nerd, but there's not a kind of...
Well, nerd doesn't describe anybody.
Yeah, exactly. But it's knowledgeable about the stuff, but sometimes you see these things and they play these characters, other shows play these kind of characters so broad.
But we've talked about this from the beginning, which is, when Chuck and I started talking about this, the Revenge of the Nerds, Pocket Protector, Tape on the Glasses portrayal of people like that does a lot of things wrong, but one of the things it does is it plays a kind of homogeneousness in people, who are smart or have particular passions, which doesn't exist. There's no more sameness in that group than in any group. And when we talked about, we would talk about like people that I knew when I was a computer programmer, and one of the things that was very clear was people were different. There was a great uniqueness and a great respect for uniqueness. And then Chuck brought the other half talking about, these are beautiful minds. These are people who understand how the universe is put together. So, but the problem is linguistically, there's, it's hard to come up with other words, and so, even our characters will use those words. The characters will say, she knows we're nerds, and things like that, because the language seems to be bereft of another term.
Do you think you could have made this show 10 years ago?
I was really young.
It happened when it happened.
Yeah, I'm just thinking with comic book film and everything, that's so much of that stuff has become so much more mainstream. I don't know, would it have been too alien to people 10 years ago?
I don't think so. I don't know. I can't speak to the zeitgeist, but we were just enamored with the idea of remarkable characters who don't quite get the mundane things that a lot of people take for granted. And that kind of speaks to everybody, I think. And everybody kind of feels there's a rule book for this life, and I don't have one. So they're kind of extreme examples of that.
Another question?
Congratulations to all of you for the renewal, and special congratulations to Jim for the nomination. You are going to win it. The question's for Johnny. It was awesome seeing you on camera again with Sarah and Laurie. If you could pick one next actor from Roseanne, which one? There's not many left.
John Goodman, yeah.
I always liked working with Goodman. But I liked working with all of them. That's impossible. I really don't know. I mean, Goodman, how can you go wrong with Goodman? He's just, that's just an impossible question. A good question, but an impossible question.
Okay, here's your
I'd never ever walk away from an opportunity to even spend 5 minutes with any of them, never mind work with them again. So.
All right, this will be our last question.
Hey, before the last question, I just want to thank everybody. We're just so overwhelmed and touched by your efforts to be here for us. It means an awful lot to us.
Okay, this is for Jim. As you are nominated for an Emmy, what kind of reaction and what kind of speech would Sheldon give if he were to?
Oh, man.
I don't know that Sheldon would deign to speak at such a ceremony first. I think, secondly, he would find this nominating stuff nonsense. That there were even a suggestion that other people were on par with him. Surely the vote count was so stilted and tilted his way already that this nonsense of nominating others was drawn from my hat.
Water.
want to thank creators Chuck Lorre and Bill Brady. Cast Johnny Galecki, Jim Carlin, Kaylee Yorko, Simon Halper, Kunal Nayar. And remember, CBS, Monday, September 21st at 9:30, season 3.
But before everybody leaves, hold on a moment. On behalf of Comic-Con International, we have a presentation for some people, very special people.
Uh-oh.
Be scared, be very afraid. Because we know that these characters would have volunteered for the Comic-Con had they been real people. We will be presenting you with your own volunteer shirt. Ladies and gentlemen, the cast and creators of The Big Bang Theory.